Hi, and welcome to this video production news update. So, as you can all clearly see from the title, this video is going to be a bit of a legally and socially speculative one that asks many what ifs. It's a video that I've actually been wanting to make for a while now, but have never got round to doing. Well, until now anyway. It's also a really fortuitous time to be making it, as our upcoming more fact-based videos may possibly even lend some minor credence to the possible theories that I'm about to outline here. However, before I get into it, a little bit of housekeeping first. Following on from our recent videos in which we firmly threw down the gauntlet to Brasso, BSN and Fat G to live stream debate actual legal facts about the Tate case with us, I am really sorry to have to report that to date, at publication of this video, they have all obviously been too afraid to actually take us up on our gracious offer. However, young chaps, I will permanently leave the offer standing. You just name the date and the time, and we will be thoroughly glad to give you satisfaction in this matter. So let's get right to it. In order to truly be able to discuss the possible speculative theories that I am about to outline here, some of you at least may have to take a temporary leap of faith, and for a very short while at least, accept that our statement that Andrew is going to very shortly be charged with at least one non-bailable offence and transferred to Rahova prison on remand for at least 6 months until his actual trial date is totally correct. Especially as this has now been further borne out by the fact that we have just had 100% confirmed that the preventative detention statutes are very different from the ones used after charging, and legally non-bailable offences such as sex trafficking, creating an organised crime group, or even inciting violence all invoke mandatory incarceration in actual prison and not house arrest on remand until their trial date. So, given that this fact is now correct, and also given the fact that Andrew obviously has the wealth to be able to hire the most expensive and expert legal team that money can actually buy, based on these facts, any reasonable person would expect that if we at VPN have already been able to clearly prophesise what is about to happen to Andrew next, then obviously his very learned team of legal experts have also been able to do the same. Okay, just one more then. If this is correct, then we can rightly presume that they have already informed Andrew that the outcome is that he will now more than likely actually be charged and placed in Rahova on remand. So, if we accept this, then we also have to accept that Andrew is actually currently fully aware of his imminent fate then, which is now a very real theory that more and more people are beginning to believe. So, if this, as many are now saying, actually is the case, the question we should be really asking now is, if he actually does know that he is in such dire legal jeopardy, what is he actually up to? Why he is suddenly on such a massive recruitment drive, and why he is now making every effort to make sure that as many supporters as possible are following him and being briefed and updated via communications only from inside his real world website. And what connection these facts actually have to the grand master plan he keeps consistently referring to lately. Now, there is a theory, and I stress here it is only a theory, that actually does fit somewhat with this narrative. And that this is not just another money-making scheme by Andrew, but an attempt to raise an actual army of brainwashed and very fired-up supporters, all that can now be directly commanded and called to arms via his own private strategic communications network, who, once he is actually charged and incarcerated in Rahova, can be used to create global mass protests against his continued confinement. And some are now even saying to the extent of purposely stirring up mass civil unrest on a greater scale than we have already witnessed here in London back in 2011. Now, taking into account the circumstances that triggered those riots, and comparing them to the current social and economic unrest we currently have in the UK, and especially in London, it doesn't take a genius to work out that allowing 10,000 plus angry Tate supporters to march on central London, especially given the UK's current very strict protest regulations, could easily end in a riot. Yes, Sadiq Khan and Sir Mark Rowley, I'm speaking to you. Please don't say I didn't warn you. Now, of course, Andrew is not doing this alone. He's already lined up other equally infamous, somewhat quite anonymous co-conspirators to ably assist in this endeavour that are going to bring along their own additional share of protesters, further swelling the protest numbers and dramatically increasing the overall false propaganda and rhetoric of the event as a whole. And let us not forget that it is common knowledge in the public domain that prior to his arrest, Andrew has already held face-to-face meetings with one of these controversial figures in Romania. Okay, So as I said at the very start of this video, this has purely been an exercise in theoretical speculation of a possible more severe outcome of the entire Tate affair, simply asking, what if? However, when you look at all these facts holistically and logically, it is nowhere near a surefire certainty that this is what is actually going on. But it is also our opinion that neither can you entirely rule out this possible outcome either. So that's very nearly all we have time for in this video, but I am truly interested to hear what your thoughts are on this possible theory in our comments section. Please don't forget to like and subscribe with the notification bell for more updates, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye!